It's 6 o'clock. If you would join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much, folks. Being that Commissioner Sheridan is on Zoom, just for the sake of logistics, that's why I'm going to be chairing tonight. And the first item on the order is the public comment, and of course we will have the people here go first. Do we have public comment?
Sure.
Okay. Jeff, go ahead. If you would identify yourself. I know who you are, but
Yeah, I know.
I know where you live.
Jeff Carey, and now resident of Island Lake, just outside of Shelton, not Shelton. Anyway, looking through the financials of the ports for this month, there's a couple of things that we really need to be looking at, and I haven't heard the last meeting being discussed. Is we have a few funds that are going over, way over the budget. I mean, it's been noted here in this latest, but we need, the board needs to be able to, look at that and, grab the bull by the horns, as soon as we know, and not let, a month or 2 or 3 lapse between when we knew, or at least the reports knew, and then doing something about it. Primarily, it's in the professional services area that seems to be getting out of whack. And part of that's legal, part of that's engineering. When we get to the water system, we can talk about the engineering side at that point. But the board needs to be on top of that. The other thing is, and I'll talk to Travis later, is some of the numbers seem to be, that are in the finance, seem to me at least, looking at from general ledger point of view and revenue and expenses, appear to be miscoded. They're accounted for, but they're miscoded. And that's going to make doing the budget, a lot more difficult if they're miscoded. So, but all 3 commissioners got to be able to look at this, and know when, we're going over on different things. So anyway, beyond that, like I said, that's some nitty gritty, but it's related to the water system. And if we get into that, we can discuss it then and there. If not, it can be at a workshop or something of that nature.
Great.
With the water system.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the audience? Bonnie, do you have anything you want to say?
I could talk about the sergeant project, but I'm assuming Travis will.
Okay. Good. We have somebody. Okay.
I'm Patsy Shear Andrews. I'm an Allyn resident here, and I've been volunteering at the Allyn Park here. And just a couple things I don't know, well, I guess basically just one. I want to address that, do we not have a way to get rid of the yard waste that accumulates here? Ruth and I cleaned out 3 truckloads of debris over here and got rid of it. And it's unsightly. We take our yard away, but we have facilities we can get rid of it. And it's also, the way people have no problem throwing cigarette butts around, it could tend to be a fire hazard here at our park. So I just want to say that maybe, I don't know what the plan is, or if that's just something that's just been allowed to happen, but I really would like it addressed and not see it happen. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Patsy, for all your work.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
She's amazing.
She is. She's awesome.
Okay.
That's back at you, kid.
Dan, do you have anything you want
She
to
says
share?
something nice about me, and it's like,
Okay, Jessica, you're next.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Jessica Cedarlin. My husband and I are developers, builders, and property owners in Allyn. I'm here to express my serious concerns regarding the Port of Allyn's adherence to its mission as established under Washington state law. The stated mission of the Public Port District is to promote economic development, create jobs, encourage private enterprise, and foster commerce and trade for the benefit of the community it serves. Unfortunately, the Port's recent actions and priorities do not appear to align with this mission. By blocking or discouraging private enterprise, the Port is acting counter to the very economic growth and development it is tasked to facilitate. paid. Such actions undermine both the port's charter and the community's long-term economic well-being. Equally troubling is the lack of clarity and transparency regarding to the port's actual mission, goals, and operational priorities. Ratepayers and community members deserve full visibility into how decisions are made, how funds are allocated, and how projects are prioritized. When information is not readily available or decisions are made without clear public input, trust in the port's leadership erodes. The port also appears to be overextending itself by taking on too many outside projects and securing substantial grant funding for them without successfully completing them in a timely or effective manner. Meanwhile, core responsibilities such as proper upkeep and maintenance of the pier and waterfront facilities have been neglected. This neglect directly undermines the port's economic development potential and diminishes the attractiveness of our waterfront as a hub for commerce, tourism, and recreation. Additionally, the port's water system rates are far higher than any of those comparable systems in our area. They are not just uncompetitive, they are burdensome to the ratepayers. The port should not be in a water utility business at all. This is outside the core mission of a port district and distracts from its primary responsibilities. Resources and attention should be redirected to fulfilling the port's original purpose, fostering private enterprise, creating jobs, supporting commerce, and developing our waterfront for the economic benefit of the community. Another key responsibility of a port district is to act as an environmental steward, preserving and maintaining the natural surroundings in a way that meets environmental standards and protects community resources. This is not happening with Sweetwater Park. The lack of care and management in that area stands in direct contrast to the port's stated environmental obligations and diminishes the value of that public space. I would also like to remind the commissioners, particularly those who have served for many years, that you know exactly what the port's charter is and how it should be applied. You know the responsibility of your office. The port director works for you, and you work for the people. It is your duty to listen to public concerns, respect their concerns, and act accordingly for the good of the people, not for the good of the port commissioners themselves. The port exists to work for the people, not against them. I urge the commissioners to return to their core principles of your mission. Foster private enterprise, maintain and improve our waterfront infrastructure, ensure competitive and fair rates, act as responsible environmental stewards, and operate with transparency and accountability. Anything less is a disservice to the public you are sworn to represent.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, Ken, I see your hand raised. You are muted. You're still muted.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Judy, the audio from the folks in the room is real, in the conference room there is real poor. I couldn't hear either of the two first commenters.
Okay.
So it seems to be all right with the, I'm coming through all right on the web or the Zoom room, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, I'm Ken Van Buskirk. I'm one of your constituents from Belfair. I sent you all an email last week documenting a visit that I made to the Belfair Elementary School, adjacent to the port's property there in Belfair on Sweetwater Creek. And I shared with you what was discussed with Superintendent Dr. Michael and Assistant Superintendent Mr. King, who accompanied me. I'm disappointed that none of you contacted me, nor your executive director. It would appear that the Foot Canal Salmon Enhancement Group and the WCC crew are doing work on the school district property using the MOU with the Port of Allyn to access the school property. That was the first item I wanted to talk about. The second item is about an item on your agenda, and I wonder if you would allow me to make it at that time.
Which item, may I ask?
It's the item regarding the Belfair sewer extension. I noted watching the last meeting that you let Commissioner Nesland talk for quite a while about it. I think there's a couple things that you failed to share with you that I'd like to talk to you about before you discuss that letter.
You can talk about it now.
You're okay with him? With the other commissioners' consent, hopefully it's okay with Commissioner Sheridan. You can talk about that now if you choose. But keep it short if you would.
Yeah, we keep it short. We invited Mr. Lyman to speak to that, but that's fine. That wasn't a regular public comment, but I'm fine with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll wait till then.
Oh, okay. That's fine, let's just move forward.
Okay.
Next. Anybody else on the Zoom? Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hand, so we'll move forward. We're still in public comment. Greetings, would you have anything that you would like to share?
I do not at this time, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, next is the approval of the agenda. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda unless you have any changes?
Nope, I'll make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Okay, I'll second it. All in favor, say aye.
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 So moved. Commissioner reports. Oh, wait, I'm so sorry. Here I am jumping ahead. Consent agenda items. Okay, do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda items?
I'll make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second that motion.
thank you. You know, I'm sorry the last time. I forgot you were zooming in there.
That's okay.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Okay, now we can go to commissioner reports. Who would like to go first? Commissioner Sheridan, would you like to go first?
Go ahead and make the report. I'll follow it soon, please.
Commissioner Curtin?
There was an EDC meeting. I attended the last board meeting on the 14th. Let's see. Participated in Allyn Days. Let's see, what was that? The special meeting on the 30th. And let's see. Oh, I participated in the thing with the canoes.
The canoe journey?
Canoe journey. I was part of that with you. And today I did some work over on North Shore.
Oh, good,
Earlier
great,
today.
great.
So,
Commissioner Sheridan, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, so in July, I attended the regular monthly meeting we had on the 14th, and then went to my Mason Transit board meeting the following day on the 15th, and was prepared for that meeting the week before by our director of Mason Transit. Other than that, I did that first Friday of Allyn Day. At the end of the day, I stopped by to see how things were looking. It was coming to an end, but it was definitely, I'm sure it was a pretty busy weekend, but I wasn't able to attend the rest of the couple of days. But thank you, that's it.
Okay. July 7th, I went to the Oyster House meeting with Bonnie, North Bay Historical Society. And that was a joint one with the Allyn Church, I think, as well. And then July 10th, North Mason Community Voice meeting. Again, July 14th, Oyster House meeting, again in the morning, and then the regular port meeting in the afternoon. July 17th, the PRTPO Zoom meeting, and Thera Black, who has been the coordinator with PRTPO, she's been great, but she's kind of slowing down now, and they've got a new person called Anna Parson, and she works for the Kitsap Transit, and she's now being the new coordinator for Peninsula Regional Transportation Planning Organization. And of course, July 20th, which was a Sunday, I cooked steamed mussels and served those, and I had lots of help, so it was great. I hardly had to do anything. And then Monday, the 21st, we have the canoe journey with the Squaxin, the Puyallup, and the Chehalis tribes canoed in. And we also served some mussels and hamburgers, hot dogs. It was really quite a success. It was great. And then also the 23rd North Mason Chamber meeting at the Hub. And July 30th, the Port Special meeting. And then also the Hood Canal Salmon Enhancement Group annual meeting I attended as well. Okay, next is the Executive Director's Report.
Okay. Well, you had a chance to read the executive director's report. Is there any immediate questions or concerns?
Not at this time.
Okay, so we can move on to the port priority section where if you've got any items or questions, we can go through those.
Let me take a quick look here.
In the old business section.
Keep the first speaker on you so we can hear.
Oh, sure. I can speak a little louder. So, yeah, Port Executive Director's Report is itemized through the Port Priorities discussion section. If there's any bits there that the Commission would like to go over, I can go over a few of those. Dawn's going to be coming back here probably in the middle of the month, maybe tomorrow, depending on what the doctor says. So that will change where our temporary help has been established, but there are some things that that temporary help has got planned, and I will continue to have them do a few things that have already been scheduled. Namely, there's the piping on the Allyn pump out station is getting replaced Thursday. And I'll have Brandon, who's got a lot of plumbing experience, actually oversee that repair. And then there's a pre-construction meeting coming up for the Kitsap Housing Phase 2 project on the 22nd of August. They are getting ready to proceed with construction. And I will have Brandon there as he has infrastructure install experience, so that we can keep the contractors at their word and the actual construction requirements.
Yeah.
So thrust blocks and piping designs, and we'll have to do pressure tests and all that. So there's going to be a lot going on up there. Moving on, one thing I didn't add to the meetings, I did attend the annual meeting for the Canal Salmon Enhancement Group where Judy Scott was there as well. Last month in the transfers, we moved $14,000 and change from the IDD fund, or not from the IDD fund, from the general fund to the IDD fund, repaying a couple of old payments that were not repaid. We'll be reevaluating how much extra general fund money we have when our October dump comes along to see how much more we can reinvest in our general fund's invested balance, should the Commission choose to save some money, which I hope we do. Water system development. Department of Ecology finally got back to us after our deadline of March 1st, 2025 of submitting for a construction extension on our water right, which was received. They just didn't get to it until I prompted them. So we do now have it. We have the approval letter for a new deadline extending us out to March 1st, 2030.
Great.
We will have some conversations about our engineering as the intertie contract is up for approval later on in the meeting. But we've gone back and forth with the water committee. They've given their approval with a couple of questions that were required, and I solved those with the engineer. And the bid packet will be up for the Commission's consideration here shortly. And I talked about Kitsap Housing. The water committee met on the 6th. We went through and got approved all the previous minutes, being that the office is so small, it takes time to put all this together. So I thank the committee for their patience there.
When is the next one?
The next one will be just the regular meeting, the first Wednesday of next month, but we're trying to put together content for a special meeting coming up. I just don't know when that is yet.
I mean, for the water committee?
For the water committee,
Okay,
correct.
gotcha.
Waterfront pier repairs, so the dock's holding up beautifully after all of those repairs that we did back last year. Tomorrow I will have a walkthrough with Marine Floats. Corey, their supervising manager that does all the maintenance stuff, and he supervised all the work that we did out here. I want to go through with him and actually, after 1 year after we've done those repairs, go through and look at everything again and get a real good plan together on what other maintenance needs may be required with the monies that we have so that we can extend our life the best. And of course, we also have the planned, the hand railing replacement in there, which we have a delay on because we're gonna go after getting the permits. We're not going to ask another contractor to do so.
Okay,
And those are just Mason County permits for replacement, because it's all above water work. Float maintenance, still gotta get in touch with several dive outfits, find the best price so that we can get those tubs scraped. And then the pump out station, touched on earlier.
just a minute, they can't hear you.
Still can't hear me?
No. Would you be willing to move over to the table?
All right, can I be heard now?
Oh, you got it? Okay,
Um,
great.
It looks like we need to reinvest in another speaker option. Did you make sure it was turned all the way up? Okay.
Turn all the way.
All right, Oyster House relocation. Well, we've had some work done on the historic Oyster House. We're gonna have to go over some design recommendations with the Washington State Historical Society on the front opening, but after that, once we get some guidance, we'll be able to finish the exterior with the contractor that's already been paid for the work through the North Bay Historical Society. The electrical work on the inside is now complete with the rough-in portion, and the electrical inspection has been approved, so it's now okay for cover. So now all the electrical rough-in areas on the inside can get the insulation, move on to the next inspection with the county. July 4th, we touched on that last month because it was so close to the meeting, but we had that fire incident here at the garbage cans. So we're there. Sweetwater Creek progress. The Brownsfield manager's been in touch with the port, and we should have an answer in the next few weeks on whether it's going to be something that they are willing to take on for us, which would be great. It sounds like we're a good fit for their process, but until we get that official letter, we don't have anything essentially. But our manager was out traveling this last week, and they meant to get back to us by now. That's why I reached out. So I expect an answer in a few weeks or sooner.
Okay,
The tree permit process for getting the hazard trees removed from the Sweetwater Creek parcels has been a little challenging. We've had to go back and forth a few times with the requirements, but we do have what we believe is a complete packet that we will be submitting tomorrow.
okay.
And the Salmon Enhancement Group will be footing the bill for that permitting process. And then Washington Conservation Corps has spent over a week doing clearing invasive species and knotweed, treating knotweed, yellow flag iris and blackberry on the port property, which was planned in the later parts of July.
Yeah.
So and that's completed there, but we will also be needing to speak with the RCO about our deadlines because our deadline was the end of this month. And with the delay on the tree cutting permit, it's not going to be reached. So I'll keep the commission informed, and we may have to discuss it at the next special meeting.
Okay,
And that's the bits and pieces there of the port priority section.
okay. Want to set the time for the next meeting?
Yeah, preferably the week of August 25th through the 29th.
That's the best week for me so far, Jim.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty open that week.
How about you, John?
You gotta have to speak up. I don't
Oh.
know.
Yeah, so the planning our special meeting for the end of the month. Week,
I got that part, but I can't hear what day you're.
the week of the 25th through the 29th, that seems to be open for the rest of the commission.
All right, I'll throw out does the 29th work for anybody?
The 29th would be, we'd like to be much earlier in the 29th. We've got a deadline on that day. It may need to be addressed in the special meeting.
I'm coming back from being out of town, I can be back, I think, how about the 28th, or is that pushing it for you?
That'd be pushing it too. Could we do the 27th?
No,
Okay. Well, then looks like all we can do
You
is
gonna be
the
gone
28th.
Monday? Are you leaving Monday?
I'm gone from the 18th until the 27th. So, you know, I mean, there's always the Zoom possibility, but I really prefer to try to be in person. I couldn't do that today.
Well, first thing on the 28th then.
Would you do it in the morning, early 28th? I can do that.
Okay.
9 a.m.?
Yep, 9 a.m.
That'll work.
Okay. All right. Thanks for working with me on that. Yeah. Just and so you know, and there's been other comments from those on Zoom. The audio has been for public comment was I couldn't hear any of it, and then I could barely hear Travis your report. So we need to figure that out. It's almost a good thing that I'm doing the Zoom so I can see what a lot of people are seeing here from that standpoint. We need to improve on that.
Has it changed? Can you see through the chat? Do you want to look to see if the chat, people can hear?
Chat's usually turned off.
Oh, okay. Well, they were letting us know.
Yeah, we've, yeah, I mean, there's questions. Commissioner Van Busker asked if we did a consent agenda. We approved the consent agenda. We've done everything up through until the executive report, Mr. Busker. I'm speaking to the general group back here in the Zoom world. And there's other people that make a comment they couldn't hear. So anyway, we got to work on that. Can't go back.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we talk loud. Next on the agenda is, let's see, the Mason County Belfair Sewer letter.
Yeah.
No, Sweetwater Creek progress should be next on the agenda.
Oh, didn't you say that already, the Sweetwater Creek progress? Didn't you
Yeah.
just give that?
Yeah, I did, I guess, yeah. That's accurate.
Okay, so next is the sewer extension letter, correct?
Correct.
All right. Let me take a look through this.
Well, actually, we passed in the water system development, the intertie consolidation bid documents.
Yeah, I was looking for that one here. Well, let's go ahead and go back to that one then.
So I explained it, but I didn't get into the action request that's in the packet.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Now, I've looked through this, so is that something that we need to,
Yeah, that's something that the commission will need to make a motion on to
Okay.
approve that as our,
because these are the bid documents, just so that
Right.
everybody knows. And you've been working on this a long time. It's been
Yep.
through council, so everybody knows.
well, the consolidation, the contract is part of something that council has done for us as a template for our small works projects. But the actual consolidation portion is something that was been worked between the office and the water committee and our engineer.
Yeah,
So, the water committee has come to a conclusion that it is ready for recommendation to the commission. Being
okay.
an advisory committee, they have no power to enact this. It's for the commission's approval.
So you need a motion to approve the consolidation intertie contract.
Correct.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the enterprise contract.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 So moved.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Was there,
There's no, it's just an action request that the secretary does.
I hope this is kind of backwards, you didn't have a comment on this.
No, only one came up, I mean.
Okay.
Questions came up.
Yes?
I know I'm kind of late on this. On the sanitize, is a public and a private water system going together?
No, it's our system, because we bought his
They're both
system.
public water systems now.
They're both public.
Yeah, now it's ours.
So I mean, the
Yeah,
ones-
it looks like it didn't have time to.
Well, it was through the Department of Health, but it had to be okay,
How
and,
it happened.
okay. Next, you want to, or you wait for signed document first, and then we'll go to the letter?
I just
This is just a secretary document that
Perfect.
verifies who made the motions and such.
Okay,
It's a prosperity document, really.
yeah.
DA.
so Travis, I don't see the letter, possible letter to the commission in this packet. I see the
It should be.
Olympic Ridge project. Am I just not digging, oh, here it is. I wasn't digging deep enough. So Commissioner Sheridan, do you have any comments first about, in regard to this?
I've been trying to pull up that letter that we need to be looking at. What is it?
Should be labeled action request.
Which one is it?
You've got to talk loud.
It's labeled action request. There's 3 action requests in there. Let me pull it up. It's labeled action request consolidation intertie contract.
Can you hear him?
Okay, I can't hear him, but I
Oh.
did find it. No,
Okay.
I can't hear you. That means if I can't hear him, nobody can hear him.
So-
So let's move this back over here. If it's, is this working? Where'd she go? Is this the one?
Yeah, so, yeah, action request intertie, or consolidation intertie contract.
I got it. Okay.
All right,
No.
that's the one we just did. So the Belfair Sewer Extension Letter. Thank you.
Yep.
And we're
Okay,
gonna let
hold on.
Ken comment on this.
I've got it in front of me now, okay? So it's good. Anyway, yeah, that's, I'm looking at it, I've read it, and, that aligns with, discussion we had in the previous meeting, asking you to be prepared and put together. So, whatever you want to do from there, Commissioner Scott.
Well, I'm okay with this. I think it was,
At
least
addresses
share-
it well. Yeah.
This, you agreed to let Ken speak?
yeah, if he's, oh, sure, I will. I just wanted the commissioner's comment first. Do you have any comment, Commissioner Curtin?
Well, might actually have more concern now than before, because Ken pointed out the fact that they're having trouble, I guess as it is, with their maintenance and stuff with the Belfair sewer system. So how are we gonna, if they're not able to, having trouble with what they have, how are they gonna be able to take on a whole lot more?
Good point.
So,
So this addresses a bigger concern I have, and that is, I mean, we're not opposed to economic development, and that's a good thing, when it aligns with, the interests of, as a county and our being good stewards and, wanting to see things done proper. It addresses the fact that we'd like to see a more comprehensive study on it before the commissioners, I mean, it's our addressing the commissioners of the county, right? Asking them to take a harder look at this and do a study on the impact economically, as well as, in moving forward, how that can benefit or hurt local business. So, and there's a good positive, part of this, letter that I like, and that is just asking them to take a hard look at it, so.
Yeah, agreed. So Ken, go ahead. You'd like to share your comment? You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioner. I'm having a real hard time following the agenda and the dialogue. I apologize for that, but it's pretty bad on this end. There was a couple things when Commissioner Nevlin spoke to you last month that he failed to share with you. And just for reference, I've been involved with the sub-area planning in Belfair and the Belfair sewer system way over 20 years. And I commented extensively on the original EIS, which included a alternative of running a line to Skia at that time, over 20 years ago. I'd like to read the email I sent to you this morning into the record so that if you didn't have a chance to look at it, that other folks can hear it. I believe your executive director is a trustee of the chamber. Did he forward the message below to you? I sent a message to the chamber president and CEO Meyer last week, in which I read the position letter sent to Mason Board of County Commissioners, and would you forward this email and link of a June 25th, 2025 inspection of the Belfair plan for a reconsideration of their position statement. I included the link to the inspection, and in that inspection, I don't know if you folks have looked at it, I hope you can, but there's two rather significant maintenance issues that have been ongoing for over 10 years that Mason County has been negligent. And I've asked the chamber to take a look at it, and I hope that you folks will reconsider it. But I feel the chamber and the greater Belfair community and Mason County would benefit from Bremerton's help and from the $3 million in grant money that they're looking to get in conjunction with Belfair to improve the both the collection system and the plant itself. It's my understanding that the sewer extension could be built in conjunction with the freight corridor, which makes perfect sense. I think you should support the extension to the Bremerton, as well as the UV3 project support letter. Both of them are up on the plateau where development is more appropriate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, with that being said, any other comment? Do you want to make a motion?
I make a motion that we support the letter that we drafted up, voicing our concerns, but not saying we're against it, just that we're wanting him to make sure that it's in the best interest of all the people we represent.
Okay, I hear a motion in regard to the to the extension of the Belfair sewer. Do I hear? Okay.
I'll second the motion after one more comment on that as a commissioner here, is that we do not want to stop economic development of this. We just don't have enough information, or if there is, or not, we provide all the details on how this will impact, because we want to see it impact the county and the North Mason area in a positive way. I just want to see more in-depth study on it, so I just want to make that for the record clear. As a commissioner, I'll second that motion for this letter in addressing these issues.
Yeah, well said, I agree. There's just even with the MOU that was presented in '23, it could hurt us. So
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's one thing.
Sure. I think you're gonna have to talk loud, right? Here.
Well, okay,
Yeah, he needs to speak. I never heard his first comment.
How's that?
So you know.
so these don't work, okay,
Well,
fine.
they do work for the web TV, but there's, and
don't
also
work for
that.
the zoo.
That's- How's
Okay,
that?
I'll stand between the two.
Okay,
Jeff Carey, Island Lake, Mason County. I serve on the Planning Advisory Committee, and the committee has been asking for that and many other things related to capital facilities, i.e. sewer, water systems, what have you, and we have yet to see anything on that either. And it's been the second year around, and there's a little contention on it, but the port's not alone in not seeing the data. We don't have the data, and we have concerns. And even when it's all said and done, even once the loans are paid off, there's still a significant amount that it looks like, at least to me, looking at the ledgers, again, another agency, another set of accounting documents, but when I look at it, it looks like we're still short over the long haul of paying that. In other words, once the debt's paid off, with the users you have, it looks like we're still in the red as far as, I can't tell exactly how much, but it looks like several $100,000 a month still in the red.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
there's a number of things, and so I'm just saying the port's not alone in not having the data. We serve on the Planning Advisory Committee, which would get data
Yeah.
further early in the game, have not seen it either. So, and we've been asking. So just background to fill in the blanks.
great, thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Okay, after discussion, do I hear an okay? Say aye if we all approve.
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Okay, so moved.
I will pass
You have some
around
paperwork to sign?
the actual document.
Thank you for
And
your,
just for the record, I can come in tomorrow morning, Travis, to sign that.
If you'd prefer a wet signature over your digital, I can do that.
I can't hear.
Oh, sorry. If you'd prefer to have your wet signature on there rather than the digital that we're approved to do, absolutely, John.
That's fine. If that's, okay.
Here.
Yeah.
great, thank you.
And the action.
Well, and as we're signing, the next item on the agenda is the Olympic Ridge project for PUD. So I've looked at the letter in support. I mean, PUD is just stellar, and we do need that system up there, so. Do you have any comments in regard to it, Commissioner Sheridan?
I do not, thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Curtin, do you have any comments in regard to the letter of support?
No, I'm for it.
Are we okay? You need action on this,
Yeah,
correct?
it's an
Okay.
action as well.
Do I hear a motion to approve the Olympic Ridge project support letter for PUD?
I'll make a motion to support.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye, so moved.
This is the
And then this is the actual question.
There we go. Of course, the next item on the agenda is our financial report with action items. And Aaron is not here tonight, so
Well, I have the report.
Travis will be giving us the report.
Catch up here.
Sure. Oh, you're gonna have to talk loud.
Yeah,
Let's-
I'll use my booming voice.
There we go.
Our July 2025 financial report, our year-end projected is to be about over budget by $150 or $2,000. So that's with a beginning. Our beginning balance started over budget, and our revenues are projected to be 21% over budget. So when that means over the budget, it's not over. It's over the budgeted amount that we figured on. Not that we're less money. We have more money to work with.
Okay.
Okay, and our expenses are 7% under budget currently, according to our accounting system. And right now, the main cause of this increased revenue is the DNR revenue, of course.
Yeah.
which is
But-
coming to an end, right?
Well, if it came to an end, it didn't come to the end this month. There was about 3,000 in deposits for this month on DNR revenue, and there's been years where that's all we saw. So right now, she says on average, for the first 5 months of 2023, we averaged 5,800 a month
Wow.
in DNR revenue. So there's just been some major tree cutting projects in the area that have finally come to fruit. Otherwise, our revenues are high and our expenses are moving in the right direction, getting lower. We are going to have a couple of expenditures that we're gonna, take away from some of that because we're gonna have to get our tubs cleaned. Which is just a standard maintenance issue every so many
We need to
years.
do that.
So we're working on getting some bids on for that and see what that's gonna really cost us. But as of right now, we've made this will be making our first payment for our insurance for next year, which means we only have one more payment this year before we get to our next fiscal year. So
We don't have to borrow any money.
we do not have to borrow any money, which was something that we really thought we were going to have to do for a while.
I'm so thankful.
But, there's always surprises. And that's why we want to reevaluate in October,
Yeah.
how much money we could actually put away so that it's kind of there for our capital facilities needs.
So maybe for our workshop, we should try to put that on the agenda to at least start the process.
Yeah, and I'm working really hard to, kind of put a lot of things aside because
Sure.
we have budget needs that need to be addressed.
Okay.
Because it's really coming up fast. Typically, we start a few months before this.
Yeah.
And there's just been so many things that are on the priority list with the water system that have just taken away from that. But we can't continue to push any of that back, so. The water system is another thing altogether. As Jeff Carey indicated before, we are really over on our professional services right now. And we've been pulling in quite a bit more money though for when it comes to, we've got more houses that are actually connected to the water system. We're taking in more base rates and more usage fees. And revenues are projected to be up almost, 26%.
Developers are developing.
And developers are developing, correct. There is work being done in the system. All they have to do is
fill out the application forms and have our water committee review the project so that we can get through those as they need to be done in accordance with the port's regulations and standards. So,
Once we get the professional services thing taken care of and all that's involved in that, I would really like us to see if we can start looking at lowering rates. Once we get,
and there's always
Get
the
to that
possibility
point,
of
okay.
looking at that, and we'll of course have to do some studying to see where it puts us. But
I have to say, our rates aren't that bad. Belfair Water's higher,
yes, considerably higher.
considerably higher.
Yes. In fact, part of your consent agenda was putting away from the most recent connection fees that were paid, over $19,000, into the invested balance. So that we're putting away for the future of the water system and the people who use it. That would be the extent of the financial report.
Did you have a comment? Right,
Related to both general and the water.
okay, go ahead. I gotta move that thing again. Pass it my
What
way.
else? I can stand here.
It's worked great until the last couple of months.
Okay.
And it's just been, people have been saying it's really hard to hear all of a sudden.
maybe we
So.
just need to replace, maybe it's going bad.
Replace me?
No,
Sure.
no, the port needs to invest in a new
Okay.
speaker system.
Jeff Carey, Island Lake, Mason County. On the general fund, I'll first talk about that. We need to go through there and get some categories, because there's no way we're gonna be able to create a budget with what we got going. They're too consolidated, based upon all the categories we laid out last year and the year before. It's just, I can't tell what expenses are where. The thing that jumps out a little bit at me, this report for this month, or, for the close of July, is that, let's see, this, just a second.
Are you on the general fund?
Yes,
Okay.
once I read the fine print. It looks weird, the expenses, how do I say this? The reimbursable expenses from the water to the general fund, for what the water fund uses of the general,
Yeah,
seems to be not being counted correctly as far as numbers. It seems to be going as an expense,
okay.
the wrong way. Because we had a category, but there's nothing been applied to it within the report produced. So I guess what I'm saying is, without belaboring it and getting into the nitty-gritty of grinding the dry subject of accounting, we need to get accounting straightened around so that it works for the board and the public.
Okay,
Because there's no way, I don't think there's any way the board can figure it out. There's no way the public's figuring it out. Or somebody would have said boo earlier about certain things. So, anyway, that's the general fund.
okay.
With the water fund, I have two concerns. First of all, it has the same issues. It needs to be broken out because we broke it out and too many things are being consolidated. My concern is the accounting may or may not be consolidating to a particular code the correct way, so that you understand what this port's spending in the water side of the equation. For example, there are a couple different examples. One is, okay, we've said that professional services are higher. Okay, two groups, legal and engineering. Legal, what the issues are.
Yeah,
You have some
Yeah.
unpaid bills that have not been taken care of by a developer, and that's caused a bunch of expenses. But another one is that the port agreed to a contract of roughly around $17K for producing the as-bills. And while we don't have an agreement in writing between me and the port on providing the as-bills, I'll honor my commitment to the port that the bottom line is I was willing and am going to contribute both what originally is part of the contract for the water and the additional money to help defray some of those costs. The problem is that like when I look at it right now, we're at 33.7. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna double my number, but that's 7, so that's a big gap for the port.
Right.
And we're not done. And I'm concerned because the last document that the water committee looked at, where somebody presented the expansion
Yeah.
on Wheelwright Street,
Yeah.
there were a number of things not in the right locations.
Was that from West Sound?
Yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, as an example, the water line that runs up when you come down Wheelwright to Drum,
Yeah,
it's straight. I know, I remember, watched Marty put it in. They got out, from the bottom of the hill to the top, it deviates 15 feet into the center of the right of way.
okay. Were you aware of that, Travis?
Yeah, we discussed it here.
In the
Okay.
committee. in the
Last
committee.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm letting the board know that I'm concerned because
Right.
they're ones, we're at this point and we got those kind of errors.
Right, and we're paying them, right, to
Right.
get this done.
Right, and so I can't complete my agreement to the port, you know,
Yeah,
on my portion, so that hangs out there, which we'll get it done, but I'm just saying, you know, I'd like to get it done yesterday if we could have. So, anyway, so that's one area. The other thing, you know, I want to, and the community, I think, is oriented towards trying to figure out how to reduce rates for the port, you know, for the water system, so that, you know, the users have a more in line with what the local community is here. The problem we have, and you don't have to do anything, but the way I say it is this: as a board, you're receiving connection fees, you're setting some of those aside, that's great. But I've worked out a chart, and you can have it compared to others. I'm not married to it, but it's a start to looking at what the port's gonna incur, both now, what it should have been putting away, and then long-term as things need servicing, i.e. like eventually, you know, reconditioning the tank, or any number of things, infrastructure-wise. And
did you submit that to the committee?
we haven't got into that subject
Okay.
yet. No, not that.
Okay.
particular. No, we haven't. We've been dealing with your documents
Yes.
for the contracts,
Correct.
dealing for the new services,
Okay.
you know, that kind of thing. That's all we've gotten to so far. And they've been full meetings.
Sure, I understand.
So they're not shortchanging in
Right.
any way, shape, or form. So what I'm getting at is, so when we allocated last year for the budget for 2025, between two groups, just to keep it simple, it was around 11K.
Mm-hmm,
And now I saw a different number, but in my mind, around 68,
right,
give or take.
yeah,
You have to understand, you don't have to understand anything, but it would help if you understood the fact that for every $1,200 you spend more than what you budgeted for, that's $1 a month on water rates,
yeah.
on the
that's true.
base. So if you spent, you know, $50,000 more,
Well, the hard part is some of that we can't stop, you know?
look, let's not get into the specifics. I'm only covering the point.
Okay.
I can't talk about all subjects
I do,
simultaneously.
I understand.
So what I'm getting at is, you can lower rates, but then you got a hole to fill. And I want to convey to the board that every time you raise it, seriously, at this point, where we are with the number of users and all that, every time you have something that's $1,200 or more over budget, and nothing under budget, you may have other under, but generally over budget, that's $1 a month per user on a given year. Now, you can spread it out over time, but other stuff seems to happen over time too. Other repairs, like the pump and, you know, things like this, so. All I'm trying to instill here and convey is that we got some opportunities to address here with, you know, the commission as far as how the expenses are going, both, you know, in the legal, but both professional, that are over and above what we budgeted for, and somehow have to recover. In my opinion, now you can use connection fees to do it like the county does, but eventually you run into the problem where you need to service something, and the only other option you have is grants or loans. And we know how that works.
Right.
And there's no reason we should be to that position. So,
Okay,
I think that,
thank you. Oh, sorry.
I think that pretty much covers water in general.
Okay.
Other than that, good luck. Ask any questions later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. Any other comments? Commissioner Sheridan, any comment?
No, I think, I did hear that, team is real quick, you guys have changed the mic up, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Commissioner Curtin, anything? So I guess we can move on to approving everything. I'll learn how to talk here. Approving the general fund and vouchers and payroll and
And water fund.
water fund, yes. So do I hear a motion to approve action items B, C, and D?
I'll make the,
You gotta read them out.
yeah, well, I'm trying to get to them, it's out of my, all right.
Did you find it? Okay.
I move to approve payment for the Port of Allen General Fund voucher 25080013 to 25080038, $18,762.12. Payroll voucher number 25080001 to 25080012, $22,531.73. Water fund vouchers 25080039 to 25080044, $23,522.67 on the Port of Allen's regular meeting agenda. Yep.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So moved. Okay, good of the order. I have some things written down here unless you would like to share them, Travis, or do you want me to?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Okay, well, Music in the Park is still going on. I guess next Saturday, the 16th, is canceled. I don't know why. Do you know why?
They had a cancellation on their app.
Friday.
Yep.
Okay,
It's on Friday night, and they did have a cancellation. We have 2 more
Yep.
Friday in the nights.
okay, and it continues on through Labor Day, so a few more weeks.
Water.
And of course, the Squaxin Canoe journey, and again, that was Chehalis and Puyallup tribes that were on the journey. That came from Arcadia up to here, that was on the 21st. Congratulations to Commissioner John Sheridan for becoming the Mason County Sheriff's Department chaplain. So, congratulations. And then of course, Hoodstock is in Union this coming weekend, 15th and 16th. And anything else for the good of the order? Thank you.
Yes, there's something really big for the good of the order.
Okay, what?
I think we're closing out the grant funding for the Sergeant Master Building.
Great.
As of today, we've got everything filed and approved and
Okay, well, just in case anybody didn't hear that, Bonnie just said that that the grants for the Oyster House restoration that was received, was it 40,000?
it's 152,000.
152,000 for, are being closed out.
And they missed $50,000 for the expenditures, which I brought them up to date today.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have more than enough money to go with the reimbursement.
All right.
And that takes a huge pressure off of all of us.
Yeah.
Now we can just get it done.
Thank you, Bonnie, for getting back in the saddle. I know it's been rough, but you have just been a champion, and I really, really appreciate all the traction that you got and all the work that you've done. Thank you, thank you. So,
I'm glad to hear that,
yeah.
thank you.
Anything
And
else?
it's just been kind of tough trying to get archaeology and historic preservation to answer the phone. I think everybody went on vacation after the grants were done.
Yeah,
Seriously, I mean, you call and you don't get a call back from the state. Try to leave messages, the box of people. Travis is talking about that too. It's just- Summer, I guess, is not a good time to get hold of them, so we're still waiting for that part of it to come out and give us some direction on the final historic preservation part of it.
Great,
The grant is done.
great. Thank you. Anything else? Commissioner Curtin?
Yeah.
Commissioner Sheridan, anything?
No, I do not, thank you.
Okay, meeting?
Judy, one more thing?
Yeah,
This
sure.
is kind of left field, but if Cedarman Homes could send that in, what they did in, what you talked about in writing,
Yeah,
it would be helpful, and maybe she could have some suggestions on what they feel like should be done. May not be able to do them, but at least, you know, if there are things that they think should be done, at least maybe you can address it and say why you're not, or possibly look at doing something.
yeah, good,
I think that would be helpful.
yeah. All right, okay, meeting adjourned.